Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Scorpio reading on May the 2nd. And as I'm doing this reading, Uranus has moved into Gemini. So this is really impacting, Uranus is impacting relationships, significant relationships in a major way for Sagittarians, particularly Sagittarians with rising. Of which I am one. But in the overall scheme of the lunar energy, you are working at closing out old stories, old lessons, moving to a kind of detoxification or purification of lessons learned. So I pulled from the Energy Oracle for you the card Open, and I will read a little bit about the energy of this card. Openness is an invitation and a moment-by-moment way of being, a state of becoming and unfolding and spreading out. Feel the energy begin to lift through these bones. Release the hurts and fears that have kept you curled in and protected. Reclaim the softness of your vulnerability and the gifts of your inner child. This feels very powerful, a great moment of cellular integration with a lifetime of experiences and a deeper understanding of how those experiences have benefited you, how they have brought you to a place of gratitude and joy for many of you. There's an exhilaration here that you are in a place that feels surreal, even if nothing in your material circumstance has changed of late. The quality of your life has opened up, has brightened, has become infused with this beautiful golden energy that you feel uniquely tapped in. And this is a lot of energy to be translating into and embodying into your system. And from the Glyph Oracle, I have pulled horns and integrity, and we have beautiful horned goddesses with the disc held up in between. This is number 41, excuse me, which reduces to 5, which is the Hierophant. The Hierophant talks about responsibility and commitment. Being a gatekeeper in some cases. I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook. Adorning the crowns and helmets of gods, goddesses, tribal leaders, and warriors alike. Horns represent their sacred duty and their integrity as leaders, representing not only strength, but also the ability to protect and guide their communities with devotion and wisdom. The significance of horns captures the essence of leadership and the integrity required to uphold divine principles in earthly realms. Wow. So overall, this is a period of time that far expands the particular lunation that we're experiencing right now. For many of you, this has been years, and for others of you, this has been lifetimes in the transformation towards. So you are moving to some powerful place within your family, your community, the world, in your profession. You are speaking and integrating the experience of your life in a way that is providing others access to information they need in order to generate their own abundance and expand their own awarenesses. In the present, we have the Eight of Jades and the Lady of Cups. The Lady of Cups, I feel in this moment, the Queen of Cups is the energy of tapping into not only your self-healing, your self-respect, your self-honoring, the rituals by which you give yourself the space, you forgive yourself, you allow yourself to consciously provide for your own needs as a way of lifting up your own desires. This is moving you into a place of this kind of integration I spoke of, where all the disparate experiences of your life that seem to be a ragged or erratic puzzle or itinerant journey, a checkered past, if you will, for some of you, is suddenly makes emotional sense. This is the emotional maturity we have been gaining and intelligence that we've been gaining as a part of Jupiter moving through Cancer. So this is something that has been hard work for you in order to arrive to this place of a kind of completion and closure. You have worked tirelessly. You have often worked from a place of passion, but it has been no less unending, persistent, persevering, dutiful, requiring every ounce of energy, requiring every ounce of passion from you. So this isn't just clocking into a 9 to 5, no matter how humble it may seem. It always is done from a sense of commitment to your responsibility of service to others. In the past, the 6 of Staffs and the 3 of Cups. Wow. So yeah, for a long while, you have been working in some kind of a collaborative, community, collective effort in a variety of ways. This can be being active in your neighborhood, being part of a home community, being part of the commercial or nonprofit world of social services, or participating in an institution that is outside of the norms of business as usual. And that's why I think of a nonprofit, a service-oriented organization, where you have not only been managing purpose and service for others, but you've done that in an organization among a team or collaborative of individuals who similarly work from a place of deep passion, deep support, a recognition of your own privilege and access, so that others can be given information that will help them access resources, for sure, but also their own ability, their own experience of being cared for, knowing that they belong, knowing that they are provided for, that they are worthy of equity and fairness, of justice. So this is an arena that feels like it has been part of your career, working life, home life, and that the idea of interactive and engaging relationships at multiple levels is part of the way that you have learned to heal some of the past hurts or sense of inadequacy that you've experienced in your life. And in the future, we have the Ace of Staffs and the Servant of Cups. This is telling me actually a kind of a very moving story of having done this for so long with very little reward that wasn't heart-based, very little external reward. And that's something that was an expectation and you have in the past experienced as a sense of failure, right? Why couldn't I be more comfortable or more financially, economically successful or secure doing work that demanded so much of my heart, my values, my beliefs, my engagement, my service to others. And I see a huge shift in this occurring for you in the future as a result of the work that you've done and as a result of your prioritizing your imaginative and creative self, a part of yourself that you felt you had to sacrifice. And as you have slowly interwoven this voice of authority, authorship, uh, um, sharing your inspired and sort of rich spiritual richness, empowerment, the sense that you are gifted, abundant, supported, secure, is a huge shift in your consciousness that is beginning to affect your ability to be consciously creative as a way of life rather than as something that you put aside in order to pay the bills. This shift, let's see if we can find out more about that. This is intriguing. If this reading is resonating for you, Sagittarius, please like this video. Share this with others if you feel inclined to do so, and subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for the love and support you show me. Let's clarify the Six of Wands and the Three of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. And in the present, the Eight of Jades and the Lady of Cups with the Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands, and with the Ace of Staffs and the Servant or the Page of Cups, we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Interesting. Wow. So I see, as I might expect, a lot of authority, a lot of internal authority being projected out, a lot of curiosity, feeling safe enough to ask questions, to push back on what is offered to you in the past. The Six of Swords and the Tower card. I do feel you being curious about projects that have been left or abandoned in the past. There's a kind of intuitive intelligence that wants to explore and push back a little bit on projects that were fulfilling you in some kind of social setting or way, how those went awry, why you felt pushed out or excluded in a way that uh, gave you a lot of sadness, but also forced you to seek a sense of peace and acceptance in some kind of changing circumstance. So I see you very comfortably productive in environments in which suddenly something changed. Something fell away. Support you had was snatched away. Perhaps the way that your accomplishments were seen was somehow threatening to those in some kind of an authority, and there's a sense of sabotage here that forced you to leave as a form of protection. In the present, the Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands is describing this really incredible hard work that you've always done as an expression of your emotional, imaginative self. So I'm again imagining that you've worked in many environments that you felt were more liberating than, say, a more traditional finance-oriented or business-oriented, corporate-oriented world. And in that, you still, nevertheless, realized that you were working as hard or harder because of your commitment to the idea of service, information, education, creative opportunities for others. I see you releasing that old story very much so, and really building into this idea of community. This is the through line that exists through all of the work that you have done to date. Part of a community that is growing, that is thriving, that is intent upon empowering individuals that are growing, that acknowledging growth, expansion as the goal of life, as the joy of life, the opportunities. Every change represents an opportunity to learn, to grow more. And this expansion is something that is supported as part of a collaborative, a collective, a community. This is absolutely beautiful. So you've really not let go of this sense of responsibility, this willingness to support and guide others, particularly a community, underserved populations, or vulnerable individuals. You've shifted that into a place that allows you to be central to it, that allows you the creativity that you enjoy, that you identify with now more and more. And in the future, the Ace of Staffs, the Page of Cups is showing so much growth with the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Here you are combining your emotional maturity, which displays as vulnerability, exposing your vulnerability as a place of curiosity, of risk-taking, of knowing that by opening yourself up in whatever humanness that looks like. And humanness here means there's no focus on perfection, on getting it right. There's only some inner truth that you can reveal and that will be taken as support for other individuals that are struggling. The King of Swords overlays the incredible amount of education, intellectual curiosity, uh, uh, intellectual rigor that you bring to the development of anything new. You want to be a part of the world of ideas. And with Uranus moving into Gemini, you are displaying a lot of flexibility. There's almost an overwhelm connecting what you do and what you care about with the world around you. So it does require this constant curating or selection of ideas, communities, thinkers that you would follow, and this continued refocusing on the emotional impact that not only you've experienced in your life, but that you have on others. And this is about empowering others, allowing others to recognize their sense of belonging and inclusion wherever they are. But those are things that are earned. This is incredibly powerful. I'm going to finish up this reading with a flower oracle. And yay, what flew out was the stock. Slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. And for you Sages that are experiencing so much stimulation with all the planets in Aries, Uranus moving into your 7th house, the sense of exhilaration, go, go, go is real. And we're returned again to this place of openness. Open to receive also requires an immense equal or greater amount of time to integrate new information, new emotional experiences, different experiences in the world that you are continuing to live in and glorify. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.